Introducing the Pepper Spray Launcher Home Defense Kit from SABRE, the #1 trusted brand of pepper spray by law enforcement and consumers worldwide. Built for ease, efficiency, and effectiveness to help you protect yourself and your family at a safe distance from multiple threats. Here's what's included in every kit. The SABRE Home Defense Pepper Spray Launcher with 7 projectile magazine, 14 inert practice projectiles, 7 red pepper powder projectiles, 2 12-gram CO2 cartridges, a lockable hard storage case, the owner's manual, a practice target, and this training video. First things first, always think safety when handling the pepper spray launcher. Start by making sure the safety trigger is set to safe mode and trigger finger is indexed along the side of the frame of the launcher until you're ready to deploy the launcher. To install the CO2 cartridge into the launcher, first remove the CO2 cap. Push the cap into the launcher, turning it counterclockwise twice to unscrew it. Insert the CO2 cartridge into the launcher, small end first. Then replace the cap and make sure it's fully secured using 2 clockwise turns. To unload the CO2 cartridge, again, make sure your safety is on and then eject the magazine from the launcher. Remove the CO2 cap and the cartridge should slide out. The cap should be easy to turn. If you feel any resistance, it means the CO2 cartridge has probably been punctured. It is very important to never remove a partially or fully charged CO2 cartridge from the launcher after it's been punctured. Doing so could cause serious injury, including death. If your CO2 cartridge has been punctured or partially used, make sure to take the following steps to ensure it is safely unloaded. First, remove the magazine from the launcher. In a safe firing area, point the launcher away from you, angled towards the ground. Switch the safety into fire mode and dry fire until there is no CO2 left in the cartridge. Each CO2 cartridge deploys at least 14 shots before losing full power. Once emptied, switch back to safe mode and be mindful to keep your hands away from the 3 CO2 escape points on the back and front of the launcher, and then also by the front of the trigger. Partially unscrew the cap to let the rest of the CO2 out, and then fully remove the cap when it's finally empty. Now the cartridge will slide out. With your CO2 cartridge properly installed, let's load the magazine. Start by pushing the magazine release button to eject it from the base of the grip. Next, load your rounds into the projectile carrier. To load the magazine, push down on either side of the projectile carrier until it locks into place. Then add your 7 projectiles. Once you're loaded, insert the magazine back into the launcher. Firmly push or hit the bottom of the magazine with your palm to make sure the magazine seats properly into the magazine well. Now that you're locked and loaded, you're ready to deploy. When ready, you can switch your safety trigger to fire mode. Note that the first pull of the trigger only punctures the CO2 cartridge. The second pull will be your first deployed projectile. If the launcher does not deploy, remove the magazine and then remove the CO2 cartridge. But remember to follow the steps we talked about previously to do so safely. The launcher fires with ease. There's no kickback or recoil while still producing a firing noise serving as an audible deterrent. The launcher is highly accurate, up to 66 feet. Traveling at 330 feet per second, the projectile causes intense pain on impact. Perfect aim is not required, as the pepper powder disperses into a 6-foot cloud. Projectiles break upon impact up to 175 feet away. This gives you the freedom to keep a safe distance while still managing your threat. The pepper cloud can cause severe burning sensations, excessive coughing, sneezing, and nasal discharge, which creates the ideal window to flee the situation. To unload the magazine, start by ejecting it. Look out for those 2 loose rounds that may drop from inside the grip. This is normal as the launcher removes 2 rounds from the magazine in preparation of deployment. Also inspect the breech window on the top of the launcher to see if there are any remaining rounds in the breech chamber. Keep in mind, not seeing a round in the breech window doesn't mean the launcher is unloaded or safe. To be absolutely sure it's empty, you want to point the launcher in a safe direction in an open area and fire the remaining rounds until empty. Never look down the muzzle of the barrel. Once the launcher is clear, Remove all rounds from the magazine by pressing down on the top of the carrier release armature on the back of the magazine. Any remaining rounds will be pushed from the top of the magazine. Secure them inside the SABRE tubes and place them back into the kit. We've talked about how to load, unload, and deploy the launcher. Now let's talk about the most important part, your safety. We recommend that you only load the launcher when you plan to use it. So when you're ready to store the launcher away, unload the magazine and remove the CO2 cartridge. If you wish to store the launcher prepped and ready to deploy, remember to make sure the CO2 cartridge is unpunctured. And of course, keep the launcher in safe mode, in a safe place, and out of the reach of children. Easy, proven, and effective. The new pepper spray launcher from SABRE comes with everything you need to help protect yourself and your family at a safe distance from multiple threats. Remember, always think safety when handling the SABRE pepper spray launcher. Refer to this video and user manual when loading, unloading, deploying, and storing your SABRE pepper spray launcher. Make it safe every day.